like we know we can beat it. I just feel like they're trying to do too much with mandating the vaccine, knowing that you didn't mandate the flu shot. Welcome to the Kickback. I'm your host, Flight Akil, and I'm here with my boy Flight Mars, my cousin Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? How y'all boys doing?
I feel good, bro. I'm glad you finally got this platform, bro. Like, I'm glad you got this platform.
We here with something different, you know, something light, just speaking how we feel, raw and uncut conversations.
Raw and uncut. Not so much just about sports all the time, you know what I'm saying? So we get to kick back and just kind of.
It got a little sports in it, but it's more worldly sports. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Yeah. So, Meech, how about you, man? He cut you off. Rude dude.
Just chilling, bro. Just chilling. That's it.
That's what's up, man. But the first topic we're going to get into, we're going to be talking about the mandated vaccines. How the America is trying to mandate vaccines for the all Americans, and a lot of jobs are starting to roll that out. I know my job is pushing that out now. So pretty much, how do you guys feel about that?
Hey, let me jump on that, man, because I got a lot to say about that. All right. Are you one of these conspiracy
theories? A little bit. I know the conspiracy theories you're talking about, but I try not to look at that because I'm from the Bible first, so. I try not to pretty much go for what.
Yeah, I believe in the Bible too. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I also feel like, bro, like
they doing too much. I feel like that's what
they doing too much, bro. Look at it like this right here, bro. Like cancer, bro. How come we didn't get like a cure for cancer?
But they got a cure for a virus that just came out.
Exactly. You know, that's kind of iffy because they trying to make everybody get it. They're like, oh, this kills people. All right, cancer kills people. HIV kill people. You know what I'm saying? The flu actually killed people. But it's
I don't want to overstep this, but right now how I feel about it is it's crazy. The flu killed people and we ain't got no vac. Well, we do got a vac. We got a vaccine.
Yeah, we got a
vaccine. But still, why we just can't treat this like the flu? Like everybody don't get mandated flu shots.
Yeah, and from what I'm looking at is like,
you know what I'm saying?
Everybody don't die from COVID either. Just like everybody.
Exactly. Everybody pretty much got the flu going through their body, but we still walk around with it. We still interact with people the same way, just like everything else. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to sit here and be like,
or a scientist.
Yeah, I'm not going to stand by what I'm saying, but at the same time, I listen to a lot of smart people, listen to a lot of podcasts about it, and they're like, well, it's right-wing podcast, by the way. I'm going to put that out there. It's a conspiracy podcast, but at the same time, they're saying like even liberal podcasts, some smart liberals, they're like, hey, really, you're walking around with a bunch of things in your body already that's virally give, like herpes. There's no cure for that.
There's no cure for that.
But still, nobody's like, you can pass that on quicker than you can pass COVID on. So what's the thing with that? Like, come on.
Yeah, and people still have sex unprotected, and even with that stuff out of there, like
exactly. So disease is always going to be in the world. This is from what everybody got down to. This is a man-made thing. Exactly. So, like, we know we can beat it. I just feel like they're trying to do too much with mandating the vaccine, knowing that you didn't mandate the flu shot.
I think it's a big agenda behind it all.
It is. I think we all think it's a big agenda, especially with the chips and stuff. Like they already had a report that they were saying they can put a chip in it to track pretty much the virus or whatever. So I'm like, nah, I'm cool with that. But I think everybody, even from the biblical standpoint, people are talking about the mark of the beast. And
yeah, I've seen that as well. I don't think it's the mark of the beast.
Now, I'm not saying I don't think that, but I'm saying a lot of people, like especially like the people with the conspiracies, with the Bible conspiracies, they're like, that sounds like something is going on. The government trying to just get the Antichrist rolling. You know what I'm saying? But truthfully, I think, I mean, we just gotta be smart. We know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like we know this crazy. They can't really force this because it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not constitutional. They
Yeah,
can't.
it's
It's not constitutional.
unconstitutional. Exactly.
And I'm not going to say that now. Biden is not doing the best right now, but but at the same time,
by the way, I wasn't rooting for Biden. I was rooting for Trump. So just
bro, bro, it's not a popular opinion to say it, but god dang, old Trumpy boy, I miss him a little bit, man.
It's almost like Trump is almost like he almost give you your freedoms. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like if
Trump like I ain't gonna let nobody do nothing to nobody that I ain't gonna let do to me. So
yeah, if it was in the Constitution and it was your rights, hey, it's your rights. Don't worry about it. But now it's like, if you give away, you know what I'm saying? If you give away I forget how the saying went. Like if you give away your freedom for safety, you don't deserve either, or something like that. Some kind of weird thing. So
I think I know that quote you're talking about.
Yeah, so the thing is pretty much like just because they saying like, oh, you need this for safety and things of that nature. I never like in my whole entire life like seen like the government push for everybody to do something
yeah.
bad. It's like, man, what y'all boys got up your sleeves, man? Y'all giving
like,
out free. Everybody got money right now. Everybody got money. They're giving out free money. Oh, so money don't mean
that, bro. I don't even want to get into that because that's crazy, bro. You know, if they don't pass this, like raise the debt ceiling, America will be out of money. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Matter of fact, I think they stopped printing some stuff. I think they stopped printing money.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I heard the other day on this little YouTube, this dude, Clever Law, and he was talking about it like that. It was like, dang, like we in a bad situation right now. And they steady giving money out, like steady giving money out. So that's crazy. I feel like that's crazy. Mitch, how you feel about it though, bro? You over there quiet?
Man, it is a lot, but truthfully, like the most complications from the vaccine that who get targeted the most is people who have high blood pressure and diabetes. That's what they say. Like, we call it difficulties from the vaccines. That's like the most people that get affected. That's my take on the vaccine.
So they got some side effects.
I feel like
side effects. It targets them more than any other person. Like like how do we me and you and Brandon is me and you and Akil is good, but if, like one of us have like a small like thing like God forbid diabetes or blood pressure, we could die from the complications of that with the vaccine. That's what they always covered up to say complications from it.
Well, I do have something now. When we talk about that, I'll throw this out there. Pretty much, I feel people with underlying conditions should get the vaccine. Like if you got like something going on, like you should get it. If you're more susceptible to die from it, like you should get the vaccine. Like, because we know people that's a little overweight that really got heart problems and high blood pressure. Those are the people that's actually croaking and dying, passing away. Real talk.
The
so
vaccine and the virus is the complications. To say that got it, you gonna pass away from it 9 times out of 50-50. But if you get the vaccine and whatever that's in that vaccine, you still could get even more damage to that too.
Here's the thing with that though, because some people get it and they react, their body rejects it. That's why people is actually dying from the vaccine. Their body is not taking well to it. Because pretty much the only thing the vaccine is another form of the virus.
Yeah.
Just like flu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
you know what? Actually, I think this vaccine is not the virus. I think this one is something different. I think how most vaccines.
You talking about like the new one? Because I know like the Johnson & Johnson, and I'm not educated enough to be speaking on this stuff. At the same time, I'm just regurgitating what I hear. You know what I'm saying? But
had lead in it.
You're not speaking those facts, Flight Akil.
Well, I'm speaking my opinion.
Exactly. Hey, that's a kickback. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
And my opinion can be fact to some. So hey,
Hey, it is what it is. Hey, make sure. I mean, we kicking back, we chilling, man. This is a chill spot. But yo, just make sure I'm your favorite guy. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure I'm your favorite guy on here. You want to see my face on here. You know what I'm saying? You want to see the guns on here. You know what I'm saying? You see the
see,
flex.
I got a sweater on today. Got true sweater on today.
Yo, look at the flex. Look at the flex, though. Look at the flex on the show.
Chill out. See, I'm not trying to take my shirt off. And
I bring a lot of liveness to the show, but yo, on a real
no, you don't. But hey, man. Anyway,
I just flex on here, fam.
Who cares, bro? Who cares about your flabby arms? Anyways, let's keep moving. Let's talk about the NBA saying they're not going to require their players to get it, though. So how you feel about that? Like the kid pushback on that. They're saying no, players don't have to get, like the NFL, the NFL saying, I'm not requiring you to get it, but it's best if you do get it. Like Ron Rivera from Washington football team, he's like, I'm sick of this. All my players need to have that right now because I had just beat cancer and I ain't about to die from you being stupid and not getting the vaccine.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say them being stupid. I wouldn't call anybody stupid because their opinion on whether or not they should be vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? My thing is like this with the NBA. I think it's perfect. I think the NBA is perfect.
It's a more but that's the thing though. The NBA is a more player-driven league. Like they listen to their players. The NFL is more owner-driven. Like the owners be like, "Hey, I don't give what y'all think. This is what y'all need to do."
This is what y'all need to do, and that's stupid because it's like,
wait, like think about it. You own the business.
You have your rights.
You do have your rights, but you own the. I'm just playing the villain right now. Just playing the guy with the other perspective.
Go ahead.
You're a business. You're a business, right? And your business is customer relations. So you got workers that go to people's houses and stuff. And you're starting to lose customers because they're saying, no, we don't want to deal with you because the people are not vaxxed. You're going to say, well, I'm losing money now. Hey, y'all need to get vaxxed because we losing money.
Okay. But that same vax employee that's walking around, that same employee walking around could be vaxxed and still could be carrying the virus and giving it to people who's unvaxxed.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
It goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to a customer's house who's not vaccinated, but I'm vaccinated. They don't have COVID, but I do, but I'm vaccinated, but I give them COVID. So either way, you know what I'm saying? It's either way. It's pros and cons to both. So the thing is, like, even if a person,
but put it back to the perspective of the NFL owners. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're doing what they're doing because they're saying, hey, bottom line, at the end of the day, we're trying to make money. We run the business. And the owner's like, hey, if we losing games, I ain't making my money. So I need you to do whatever you need to do to get on this field. You know what I'm saying?
That's a tough spot to be in as a player. At the same time, I think the owners should sit down with the players and try to figure out why they're not being vaccinated, why they don't want to be vaccinated, and just respect that. Like, so if the owner don't want to be vaccinated, the players can't say, "Oh, I'm not playing. I'm Tom Brady." Go to the owner. I'm not playing for the Buccaneers because you're not vaccinated, and you could. That's not that. You know what I'm saying? The owner gonna be like, "Bro, it's my team. I go get somebody else." You know what I'm saying? So like,
true.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? If somebody doesn't want to do, you shouldn't be able to. You shouldn't force somebody to do something or put these how can I say it? All these like these little laws, so-called laws or protocols that if you're not vaccinated, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and this and that. Because if the owners, you don't even are the owners vaccinated? No one ever specified.
The owners don't come out that. The owners don't come out with that. Like
exactly. So if they're not vaccinated and they believe, hey, I shouldn't be vaccinated, I don't want to be vaccinated because whatever my beliefs are or anything, but they're gonna say, hey, but because you play for me and I pay you, you got to get vaccinated because I don't want to lose money. No, it's not work that way.
I mean, in a sane world, just like now, America trying to do it. We're like, hold up, what? You trying to make us do something that we're not comfortable with doing? Like, what's going on with that? Like, that's not constitutional. So the players say the same thing. But the difference between the NBA saying, hey, I'm not going to mandate you. I'm not going to make y'all do this or ask y'all to do that if y'all want to. Like, they have a whole group of people that talk that out and come to the owner and be like, hey, we're not doing that. As in the NFL, they know, especially you got a few stars. And they're just like, hey, it's about me. It's the NFL. I got to be for myself. I can't group up with y'all, especially because my family needs this money. I don't know how long I'm going to be playing. So the NFL is a different thing, like with the players. That's why it's more fall in line with the owners. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I see that's like, the situation with Cam Newton right now. If Cam Newton was vaccinated, he's probably still New England Patriot.
I don't think so.
Maybe. I said maybe. I'm not sure because from what I'm hearing, from what Cam said, Cam gave his side of the story. And from what he was saying, the vaccination is not really something that played a part in that. But with the Washington Redskins, with Ron Rivera having, being a cancer patient that survived cancer and being, at risk, high risk for the virus to be, very effective in his body, Cam Newton not being vaccinated is probably one of the situations where they're like, okay, we can't bring him in because he's not vaccinated. I don't want to risk my, family.
Yeah, I don't want to risk my life.
But you have protocols in place for guys who aren't vaccinated. So I'm pretty sure that the Washington football team isn't fully vaccinated, the whole team. So with that being said, well, you know what? I gotta get off of that because what I was going with that was gonna be it wasn't gonna be necessarily like the unvaccinated player was the issue with Ron Rivera and Cam Newton. It's probably more of a personal situation because everybody is not vaccinated on the Washington football team, so that can't be the case for Cam Newton, which I was thinking it probably was, but now that I actually dig into that to sit down with you guys and talk about it, I don't think that's probably the issue. So it has to be more personal.
This is an off-the-cuff topic real quick. Fashion in both leagues. Why do you think the NFL is more restricted in what they wear than the NFL? Because if a player, like you seen Russell Westbrook recently wore a whole goddamn dress. And that's my favorite player. And I was like, dang. But Russ just wore a whole goddamn dress skirt thing. And I was devastated. But at the same time, he's free to do whatever he want to do. But like, what if the NFL guys, usually
I think D-Hop did wear like a dress type thing.
He wore like a Scottish. That's a Scottish thing. It was striped, and I mean, it's still what it is, but it was still, No, Dennis Rodman wore a wedding dress. That's different.
That's different.
That's different.
That's bad. Just like Russ. That's bad.
No. Russ didn't. No, don't do my boy like that. Now he ain't want to got their wedding dress.
So
that's up there because it's a dress.
So what's your take on that trend then, bro? Because Kid Cudi also at the Met Gala had on a dress too, and like, what's going on with everybody wearing these dresses and stuff?
Well, I take it like this. In other countries, men wear stuff like this. It's not in that fashion though. You know what I'm saying? Like they wear stuff like that, but it's not in that fashion. Like they're actually. They wearing it tight, like men wear like gowns and stuff.
I gotta check that out. So because I know back in the days, like the 70s, I believe, that they wore bell bottoms. Men, they wore bell bottoms,
heels,
Prince and them boys wearing heels and blouses and stuff. But it was I just recently watched a video, and who was I watching, bro? Oh, Michael Jackson. I'm just explaining to my kids how Michael Jackson is like the king of pop. Like pretty much anything Michael Jackson made was a hit, bro. Like it's like nobody who don't know who Michael Jackson is or what music he made or whatever, right? So my kids, they don't really know though. You know what I'm saying? My kids born after 2009 and stuff when, Jackson passed away or whatever. But the case is like he's on there with some like blousers and tight pants and stuff like that.
Hold on, wait. Because
heels
like we don't want to get that deep into fashion because
I'm just saying
I can get into the fashion that men wear today, just regular men wear today. They wear some tight dudes out here wearing some tight jeans too tight jeans, like bro.
like girl tight jeans.
Like girl tight jeans, nigga.
I guess it's just your era. I guess it's just your era, bro.
That's wild to me, bro. Like real talk, like you came in here with your bedazzled jeans. I was like, what's this nigga wearing?
This is hard, boy. This is hard, boy.
Bro,
hey, you know what I thought when I seen him? I was laughing because it says Unity. And the only thing I could think about was the Dave Chappelle joint when he punched him like Unity. Bro, I was like, yo, I gotta get these, bro. Yeah, Charlie Murphy, and then he just hit him in the face. Boom, Unity.
That's crazy.
He said Unity. I said, yo, every time I see this word now, it's like that's the only thing I click in my head. But yeah,
them pants is ugly, and I think fashion is going way. I think they're taking fashion way left. They're getting way too liberal with the things that they're wearing, and it's not cool.
Would you wear a dress, bro?
No,
I'm saying not like I'm saying like all right. You know how D Hop and Russell.
Nope. I would wear a gown. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like Jesus wore back in the day, or like people wear in Africa. I would wear a gown, but I wouldn't. I ain't wearing no dress. No.
What about you? You wearing anything like that?
No, ever. Never.
First of all, people wear nightgowns to bed. Men wear nightgowns to bed.
Well, I don't wear nightgowns to bed, and I got a Koski robe. I wear the bed, and I wear that thing naked to bed because it got a zip on it. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't do all that. Now, I wouldn't judge somebody if they did that because I really don't care what people do in their personal life. I
don't either. But at the same time, I think they're taking fashion way too far left. But now another thing that I think people are taking way too far is MMA fighters transferring to boxing. And 9 times out of 10, as we've seen, especially fighting Jake Paul, MMA fighters getting whooped. Like, I don't get why they doing it. I mean, I get you got to strike. I get a little bit of boxing is in MMA, but I think it's a bad look. How do you feel?
To be honest with you,
like this is the last fight. This is the last fight that everybody's talking about. Evander Holyfield got into the ring with goddamn going Vitor Belfort, which is Vitor Belfort like 40 something. He's old himself, but Holyfield is like 60 years old, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, dude look like a tank though. He bodied up. That dude got a grown man body. You know what I'm saying? But like, come on, bro.
I can't say that I've seen that fight, but I did see the Jake Paul fight. And my thing is
Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, Ben Askren.
Yes, Woodley. Now, what I would say is this right here. I think like because you guys know you spoke on it before. The sport of boxing is like something that kind of died down recently. I guess you can't really get unless it's like a marquee matchup like a Mayweather back when he was a little bit younger and against a Pacquiao or something. You don't really get the views that you used to. Boxing is like a sport that's not dying, but it's just a sport that like it's like least popular now.
I think boxing needed this.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So with everybody and every celebrity, MMA fighter, anything, it don't even matter. Like your kids, they put it on TV to box somebody.
Here's the thing though. If you got somebody like say you was boxing for 6 years. 6 years, right? That's a good enough time to learn. You pretty much comfortable with it. Like you were sparring, you had like a couple amateur fights, like 6 years doing that thing consistently. And say, chill out, bro. Say a doggone, let's say a YouTuber who been boxing for 6 years again, but wasn't doing no amateur fights, but you was. Like people think is a big difference just because somebody was doing it like kind of professionally and somebody was just doing it just to do it for 6 years. I don't feel like it's a difference. Like people keep saying like Jake Paul, he been boxing for 8 years, but he was just boxing outside the ring. Like he was doing it for 8 years. He's familiar with it. Like it ain't just something he's doing.
Familiar with it, but I think somebody who's been doing it professionally got to just in sports. I think like experience matters. So like when you're in a ring with somebody, you got the experience of going against somebody who's maybe bigger, maybe somebody smaller, maybe somebody faster, versus somebody like a Paul who's been boxing, but he's been pretty much training boxing. He wasn't in a match where he had to go against somebody who's faster.
When you spar, you're going to get somebody though. When you're sparring,
when you spar, are you going to get somebody that's professional, or are you going to get somebody who's just sparring, like somebody who's actually training outside the ring like you?
What you say, Meech?
Is when you sparring, it's either a person that's starting to come out, or there's somebody that's going to be your understudy. Somebody who's understudying after you, knowing your patterns.
I feel like it depends.
Things.
Because I've been in the boxing gym, and it's guys in there that had like amateur fights. It's guys that just go in there and spar just to get in there to get loose, just to go actually feel like they in the fighting situation. So some spars, like some people take it light when they go to spar, and some people just like get really into it, like, oh, this is a fight or flight mode. Taking into my next fight, you know what I'm saying? So
it's still not the same as being in a boxing match, though. Like an actual match, like I don't think it's the same.
It's not, but at the same time, you get hit the right way, you're gonna feel like you're in a fight.
I'm gonna go with the person that's got the professional, who's been doing it professional.
Hey,
over
Jake Paul beat people.
Jake Paul won his last match against the guy, but
hey, whoa! You don't disrespect Tyron Woodley, bro.
I'm just that's what I'm saying. There was times where many people were saying, and like I said, I watched, like, not the fight, but I watched like the highlights of the fight and things of that nature.
I watched the fight.
The thing is, like, you had many people saying like, hey, he could have really ended this fight.
Tyron Woodley could have ended the fight if he was more aggressive. But if you watch Tyron Woodley MMA, he's not that guy. He's a guy that sits back in reserve, which he did the same thing. But at the same time, when he knocked that dude on the ropes, he should have went in for the kill.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't. And then some people saying a lot of times these matches is rigged, that's
the whole thing about the crossover. They're saying like, okay, like you can tell, like the YouTuber, like Jake Paul, the only one that seemed like they're saying is rigged. Like all his matches, they've been like, oh, he rigged that.
Yeah, they getting money.
They really think he knocked Nate Robinson out, though. They really think that was not playing. Nate Robinson just got knocked out.
I think he really did. I think he did.
Matter of fact, they said Ben Askren just took a fall just because they've been like, he just wanted the money. But Tyron Woodley, it was more like, okay, he could have beat him. We know he could have beat him, but they just gave it to like, so that's the only one they saying like rigged. But as in the other fights that's going on, like MMA fighters, like one of my favorite fighters, Anderson Silva, he just now fought Tito Ortiz, and he beat this young Mexican boxer who been boxing all his life. Anderson Silva is that dude, but at the same time, he's switching over to boxing now, and he's trying to get one of these big like YouTuber versus MMA fighter fights.
Yeah, for the money, man. Them boys making a lot of money off that stuff.
And that's another thing I want to go to. Do you think the pay difference from the MMA toward like compared to boxing is crazy right now? MMA is a way bigger sport right now.
Yeah, I don't know the difference. Like I don't know the pay difference.
Yeah, you gotta do a little digging, my boy, because it's crazy. Like, you know who John Jones is?
Yes.
John Jones is not trying to fight because he not think he get paid the money he deserves. There's a couple fighters that's out there that's not fighting.
How much money them boys really making the MMA?
It depends. Like you get like bonuses for a lot of things, but some people base pay is super low.
That's
like the base pay without the like bonuses and stuff like that is super low. Like one dude, he got to still work a job. Like I think it was last card, the card before last. He took a fight on short notice and he only got paid like a couple $1,000, if a couple $1,000. It's just crazy. Yeah, and you gotta think about it, the money going out for training. And now these dudes like Tyron Woodley just went into fight Jake Paul. He been like, yeah, my boxing camp was a little expensive, but I'm making like $1 million something for a fight.
That's what I'm saying. That's
crazy.
If them boys tell me, yo, you gotta go fight Jake Paul for like $2 million, you gotta lose and get knocked out. I'm like, all right, cool. That's cool.
And that's
put me on TV.
boxing is a sport that got a lot of boosters and funding from
Other
not too,
organizations and stuff. Other organizations.
yeah, from organizations
Well,
of crime. Cause
now I think it's different now. I think a lot of this is just like people that buy in the arena, people that like it's a lot that goes on. All these promotions they do for it. Like think about MMA promotions and think about a boxing promotion. A boxing
boxing still
promotion
got,
is a
I tell
boxing
you right
promotion
now,
is all out.
boxing still got boosters because you guys think about it. Caesar Palace. What Caesar Palace is known for? Have you ever seen an NBA game at Caesar Palace? Have you ever seen an NFL game at Caesar Palace? Caesar's Palace ain't nothing but a hotel with a casino. So you don't know off the rip when you hear a name like that, you got boosters, and you got casinos, and you got organized
I
crime
mean,
that's putting money into the
it's an
boxing
organized
thing.
crime.
So like
I
everybody
mean,
got a hand with boxing.
yeah, that's the sport, but it's at the same time a lot of gambling goes around boxing and MMA, but mostly boxing because boxing go back a long time. But
Yeah.
it's the promotions and stuff, the draw of the people that's getting them there. And what boxing do good, hate to say it, but boxing make it a lot of times about race. One color versus the next color.
It do.
And the group of people come from that side and the group of people come from this side. And they all just go in on one thing.
And they wear their flag colors on their shorts, and then they go
Like Conor McGregor versus Floyd, one of the biggest fights of this freaking generation. What they did,
like Conor McGregor versus MGK.
Bro, I did some digging in that, bro. They said Conor tried to take a picture with Machine Gun Kelly, and Machine Gun Kelly was like, "Man, get out!" And Conor was like, "Man, who is this dude?"
Say, bro, I got more money than you. What you mean?
Exactly. But they said it went deeper than that. They said Conor. This is a rumor, but they said Conor slid in his girl DMs, and he was like,
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Yeah, he was like, nah, we ain't doing that, boy.
Conor would have murked him.
Conor would have killed him. And right now they're putting up, it's a legit gambling site that got odds on them fighting. I'm like, that's not a fight.
They're not fighting.
Bro, I'm an MMA fan. I'm a boxing fan, but at the same time, I don't follow the gambling side of it, but that's crazy. Why would y'all even try to make a fight out of that?
That's crazy. But what about Blueface? You seen Blueface fight?
Blueface, his bare knuckle fight. He fought against a TikToker or something like that. Like dude was.
He ended up fighting the fans too. I think like somebody came on the stage.
Yeah, he came and fought some dude, but like what was crazy was he slept that dude that came in the ring. Like he slept him. The dude that came in the ring, he slept that dude. But the dude he was fighting, he couldn't knock him out for nothing. He couldn't knock him out for nothing. He was swinging mad hard. Like he was very unorthodox. Don't get me wrong. He was just throwing some punches. He was throwing punches. By the later rounds, he was tired as heck, still throwing sluggish punches. But at the same time, I'm like, my boy, if you was to tighten up a little bit more and just control your punches, you would have been knocked that dude out. But that white dude staying there with his chin. That TikToker was like, bro, just because I do TikToks, I ain't no weak boy.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was funny. That's funny, man.
But
things like that is what I think like they're trying to use to bring eyes and attention to the sport of boxing.
And I think it's cool. For people that's in that realm, is another space for them to get money. I mean, I like it.
Yeah,
I like
I'm not against it. I'm just saying that's just my take.
Pac-Man Jones. Pac-Man Jones just now went in the boxing match. You know that?
I ain't know Pac-Man.
Pac-Man Jones just now got in the boxing match. He lost though. The rowdy something.
Jones used to wrestle though.
Yeah, but wrestling is boxing.
Yeah, that's more MMA if you're wrestling.
It's different.
Yeah.
Pac-Man Jones. I mean, football and boxing too different. You know what I'm saying? Just because
hey.
Pac was nice though. Pac was nice.
Pat-Man Jones show you he throw them things. Pat-Man
Oh,
Jones show you he throw them things. Pat-Man Jones got fight in the airport. Pat-Man Jones fought in the field. Pat-Man
Jones fighting them boy everywhere, bro.
Pat-Man Jones fought in the mall. Pat-Man Jones don't play. He show you what he about. And I like that. My God.
For sure.
But yeah, man, pretty much this has been a good little session right now. I think this was a good little first little episode we put out. Stop flexing, bro. You making me mad. You're ruining my show.
I'm the star of the show.
You're not saying much. You're not saying nothing interesting. Tell me something interesting, bro.
All right, let me
tell me something with substance.
God loves you.
Hey, boy.
That's so deep, boy. Hey, look, that's so deep.
Hey, boy. Hey,
that's deep. That's in God saves. That's so simple and deep, boy.
Hey, boy. Ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Nah, real talk though. You shut the show down with that one.
Hey, I got to go, Bubba.
Hey, we all about to go, but yeah, man, we'll catch you on the next one, Meech. But we gonna finish wrapping this thing up with some N words. You know what I'm saying? All right, partner. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to the Kickback. You know what I'm saying? This is the first of many episodes. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to
first of many, boy.
We trying to. This is my show, so it's gonna be a lot of changes. You know what I'm saying? The background is gonna be different. We're gonna switch a lot of things up pretty much almost every episode. We're gonna try to pretty much make this a nice chill zone, and pretty much if you guys leave comments or anything, we're gonna pretty much look at them and try to incorporate them in the next video if you have a topic you want to speak on. So please do. We'll be looking forward to it. And my boy over there looking like a fool trying to flex the whole time. Hey, shout out to you, man.
I'm the best thing that happened to your show. I'm the best thing that happened to your show.
Cause you showing your muscle, bro. I have a sweater on. If I take my sweater off,
girls too gotta show the curls coming in. I'm the best thing that happened to your show. I'm the best thing that happened to your life, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the best.
I have a wife and 2 kids, bro. Third on the way.
You know what? You're right. That's very important right there. And I love your family for that. But I
love your family too, bro.
I'm still the best big bro for everything though. Like, I mean, look at this platform. I mean, look at the flesh, bro. Like, steal the show, bro.
Hey man, that's it for this episode, guys. We love y'all. Thank y'all. And if y'all support us, thank you for supporting us. But that's the first episode of Kickback. Thank you.
Peace.